Okay, let's take a look at graphing something like y is equal to, say, 1/2 raised to the x and then plus, say, 1. So how do we graph this? Well, first of all, this 1 that you see, that's the horizontal asymptote. So what does that mean? That means y equals 1 is the horizontal asymptote. I'll call it HA. It means that when you indicate it, you kind of indicate it by a horizontal line, a dashed horizontal line in your graph. So begin with that piece of information. Throw in a coordinate system of some kind, and then through, right here, through 1, means y equals 1 specifically, say like this, draw a horizontal line, okay? And then just dash it, so let's do that now. So we're over here, dash. Okay, that's the horizontal asymptote. Now we need a couple points, or 2 or 3 points. So an easy thing to do is to just find when x equals 0, the y coordinate. So you do y is equal to 1/2 raised to the 0 plus 1. Well, that's just 1 plus 1, which is 2. So from this, we get the point 0, comma 2. So let's take the 0, comma 2, and let's just plot this on the graph. So let's see, 0, and then comma 2. So that puts you about right here, 0, comma 2. That's now, let's do another one. You see, you can't just do things blindly here. Like if you do x equals 1, there's an issue. Y is equal to 1/2 to the first plus 1. Well, what's the issue? The issue is you have now a half plus 1. That's not a pretty number. It's a fraction here, right? That might be hard to mark in a grid. So you could do this, but I wouldn't. I would use probably like x equals -1, because that will make the fraction flip over and we're going to get a whole number as the y coordinate. So we're going to have y is equal to 1/2 raised to the -1 plus 1. And now we worked with this. So by the meaning of negative exponents, this becomes 1 over, this way, 1/2. So the 1/2, the whole thing goes under an extra 1 in the top. That's the meaning of negative exponents. Then you add a 1. Then you're going to do 1 divided by 1/2. That's 2. Or if you like, you can do keep, change, flip, whichever way you think about it. 1/2 goes into 1 twice. So you put a 2 here, plus 1, that's equal to 3. So in this case, we get the point, in other words, let's see, -1, comma 3. So let's mark that as a point. So this point, -1, comma 3, that's going to be our point. We kind of mark it, so -1, comma positive 3. Okay. Now we know it's an exponential because it's a number raised to a variable exponent. X, the variable is an exponent. So that means the shape, roughly speaking, done by hand, kind of like looks like this, you see? It should look like this. There you go. Now let's do it by computer. So let's see, 1/2 raised to the x plus 1. When you do it by computer, obviously it looks much better than what I can do by hand. So let me just remove this ugly looking line here. All right, delete that. So this is the graph here, okay? And one thing to be observed is, again, the horizontal asymptote is y is equal to 1 right here. So notice that in this position, if you were to draw this by hand rather than by computer, over here, make sure you draw a gap between the graph and the horizontal asymptote, because the y coordinates approach the line y equals 1. It doesn't mean they ever reach it, they just approach it, so there should be a gap to suggest that. If you like, if it's been helpful,